Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Whisking Away with Diana J. I'm Diana, and today we are going to be baking something so awesome. I absolutely love it. I am combining my two favorite things and making it into a cookie. Yes, I'm so excited. How about I just tell you already? Okay, today we are going to be baking delicious Oreo cheesecake cookies. Yes, I said that right. Oreo cheesecake cookies. Hey, I like the way that sounds. Yes, we're gonna be baking that today. So two of my favorites, Oreo cookies. I'm actually using double stuffed Oreo cookies because why not? And cheesecake mix. We're gonna combine that together and make this delicious decadent cookie. And I tell you guys, this is so good. You are going to be wanting to make these every single weekend. I am sorry because I know summer is coming and we're all trying to get our summer bodies together, but these are just, I think you can't help yourself. Once you have one, you're gonna wanna go back. So if you are ready to make delicious Oreo cheesecake cookies, just say that, just making my mouth water. Get your aprons on and let's get baking. Okay guys, let's get started. So what I have in my bowl here is 3/4 cup of granulated sugar plus 2 tablespoons. I also have a 1/2 cup of cream cheese and also a 1/2 cup of butter. And that's equivalent to about 4 ounces. I'm just going to use my hand mixer to cream it together. Everything should be room temperature, so if you do not have a hand mixer or a standing mixer, it's perfectly fine. You can use a whisk. Just keep whisking it. If it gets stuck in the whisk, just tap it on your bowl and just keep whisking. And it should combine perfectly fine. Especially once you add the egg, it's going to make it easier to incorporate, to mix it. It'll be softer. All right, but I'm going to use my handheld mixer and whisk this together. Why can't I say whisking? I am going to whisk it together for about just a couple of seconds till everything is well combined. Okay, so I whisked that for about 45 seconds with my hand mixer on high. If you're using your hand, just know you'll probably have to whisk it. Well, with all the whisking and the tapping, you'll probably have to whisk it for about 1.5 minutes or so. You want it to be nice and creamy. So what I'm gonna add next is an egg. I have my egg, the egg is good. So put in about a tablespoon of vanilla, and I'm gonna combine that together. How about you get all your ingredients together, Diana, before you start recording? That would be nice. Alright, so what I have here is 1.5 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. I am also going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I am also going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. To mix it all together. Love it. So I'm going to slowly incorporate my flour in here. I'm not going to put it all at one time, so I'm going to put it in thirds. So I'm just going to dump some in, mix. Dump the rest in, mix. Not the rest. I meant another third in. And then mix. And then I'm going to dump the rest. So now, I'm going to use my spatula and just make sure I scrape the bottom of my bowl. Make sure everything is incorporated well. Now, it is time for the good part. Let me tell y'all. Hold on, I didn't unpack it from my groceries. I actually went grocery shopping earlier for the Oreos and I forgot to unpack them, so just hold on a second, I'll be back. So this batter that I made, I'm actually going to divide it into 2. It doesn't have to be divided into equal parts. Everything is already well combined. You could just divide it. If you want more cookies with chocolate, then do 3/4 of it and only 1/4 with the vanilla. Or if you want 1/2 and 1/2, do 1/2 and 1/2. Or reverse, you know. What is that? Split this in half. You need to see what I'm doing. I always forget that. It's not about you, Diana. It's about food. People are here to see you make the food or bake the treats. Alright, so I'm just gonna take a cookie. I'm going to cut it in 3, one side. It may break apart, that's okay. It's what we're trying to accomplish anyway, so you win. And then I'm gonna turn it over and cut it in 3 again. So I should have about 9 pieces. I'm going to put my vanilla ones here. And now I'm gonna cut the chocolate one. You want to do the vanilla ones first if you're doing both, because you don't want like little bits of chocolate in the vanilla part. So now I'm just going to mix this together gently, not too hard, because you do not want to crack the cookies. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this into the freezer for about 20 minutes, just so it can harden a bit. In the meantime, I'm just going to clean up and get my baking sheet ready with some parchment paper. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm not going to use a cookie, no, not a cookie, ice cream scooper. I am not going to use a ice cream scooper because it gets pretty sticky. So that's why I wanted you to put it in the freezer for about, actually not 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, so it wouldn't be as sticky. But I do have a trick for that. Just have some flour on the side, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. Once it starts getting sticky, all you do is just take a little bit, like literally a pinch of flour, put it in your hand, rub it together, so it will prevent the cookie dough from sticking too much. I'm going to take some of the dough, I'm going to roll it together to form a cookie. To make mine, I'm gonna make some regular cookie size, and I'm gonna make them some smaller, and I'll show you why in a minute. So compare these two, same size. This is actually half the size of this. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up. It's half the size, right? I'm gonna leave those the way they are, but these two are smaller, so I'm going to do the snowman technique. So it's basically taking your smaller ball of cookies, I'm going to dip it into some flour, and I'm going to press it down here. The reason why I'm dipping it in flour is because I want a little separation, so you can see once it finished baking. I'm going to show you what it's going to look like and what difference it makes. So basically take this right there, so it looks like a little snowman. So it looks like a little snowman, you see? Okay, y'all, the Oreo cheesecake cookies are finally done, and I'm so excited to taste one of these bad boys. We're gonna try one of these. They're nice and fluffy and thick. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna breathe it. Is this too close? Just so you can see this. Look at that. I'm holding it straight and it's so soft. Do you see it leaning? As I was saying, back to the regularly scheduled program. These are so soft. They're not like a chewy cookie. They're just soft and it just melts in your mouth. This would be nice with a cup of coffee. I'm always thinking of coffee, aren't I? It'll be really good with coffee. It'll be good with tea. It'll be good if you're having guests over. Just make a batch of these, especially the vanilla ones. Alright, so that is all the time we have here for today. Thank you guys so much for whisking away with me, Diana. Until next time, please try this recipe. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I post videos once a week, and I will see you next week.